Hey y'all, we're going to do this review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Season 11, Episode 9, titled Frostbite. And if you enjoy this review, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get into it. So we're with Spice, and she's hanging out with her kids. And in her confessional, she says her kids are back in Atlanta after the whole allergy scare with her daughter, and says that she wants her kids to enjoy the city and stuff, but she wants them to know about her upcoming surgeries again. Spice tells her kids and her mom that she has to have more surgeries and says that she wanted to tell them so they wouldn't be worried. And then her mom looks a little bit worried, but of course she, wouldn't really show it much. And then I just feel like Spice has been through so much, and like I said in my last review, I feel like it's them doctors she had. Like they just want to keep slicing her up, cutting her open, and operating, and not really like getting down to the issue. Because if y'all open her up one time and she got another hernia, like what are y'all doing? Um, but then her mom tells her okay, but she knows that God will get her through it, and Spice agrees. And then it gets quiet at the table, and Spice can see her son is starting to tear up. And she asks him what's wrong, and he just keeps crying. And then she gets up to hug him, and she's just telling him, like, it'll be okay. And then I'm just like, that poor baby asked her if she has to go through all of that again, and it broke my heart because obviously he's so worried for his mom. Like nobody wants to keep going through that. And at first I'm like, okay, well the daughter's just sitting there chilling. I think she was just trying to hold it together though. Let her brother have her moment. And then in her confessional, Spice says that um when her son found out all these rumors while she was ill about like she died or was in a coma and stuff, he's still very shook from all of that other stuff. And I mean, like, who wouldn't be? I would have been like, nah, I'm going under the knife with you too. Shit, the fuck, take me with you, because as a kid and being that young and you're not realizing like, okay, this my bad. When you're not realizing that this stuff in the media isn't always true. Anything you read, especially about your mom, you just like, whoa, it just a whole bunch of alerts just come up. And then Spice explains to her kids that, she has two hernias, and she said that they told her not to hide anything, so she's just letting them know. And just saying that, they'll get through it. And then in her confessional, Spice says it's hard for her to put on a good face and act like she's strong and that she's got this because she's really not sure if she got it. And then she starts to tear up herself. And then her daughter, Nicola Toy, gets up and hugs Spice. She's crying too. And these poor kids got so much worry in their eyes. Like, they too young to be going through this. But that's the end of that scene. And then we're with Erica Dixon now. And in her confessional, she says, she's meeting up with Rasheeda. Oh no, actually, we starting with Rasheeda in her confessional saying that she's meeting up with Erica and that she's excited for the one-on-one, and that's when they really spill some tea. And they exchange their pleasantries and stuff. But then Erica talks about how Imani is turning 18 and she's so excited and proud of her. Um, Rasheeda gets into the whole revamping of their Frost Bistro, and invites Erica, to the reopening of the of Bistro. And then in her confessional, Rasheeda says, we know that she and Erica have history. And then they show old clips of both of them, popping up to people's places and fucking shit up or whatever. Um, and Rasheeda says that if she ever needs a ride or die, she knows who she can call, and that's Erica. But I was like, I'm confused because isn't Rasheeda Bambi's friend? Like, and it seems like Rasheeda enjoys Erica's company a lot more than Bambi. So, I don't know. I've been side eyeing Rasheeda for these last few episodes. Something about her is just really ticking me off because I know like two enemies can have somewhat of a common friend, but at the same time, I feel like, well, bitch, what you going back to go tell her? Because I don't necessarily trust you if you friends with my ops, literally, like, whatever. But then Rasheeda tells Erica that she did invite Bam and Scrappy to the, reopening. And she asked Rasheeda if, considering things that's going on with Scrappy and Bambi, does she think Imani would still be able to see her siblings whenever she wants, and asks how does she think that whole dynamic will work out. Erica says that she hopes that Imani can, and that she's been supporting Scrappy and helping make sure, this whole divorce thing is peaceful, because he doesn't need to go through go through what he and Erica went through, basically, involving the kids, and she's just sensitive towards that. It says that she wants Imani to have a relationship with her siblings, but she doesn't want to go over there because of Bambi. And then Rasheeda's like, really? Imani don't want to go over there because of Bambi? And I'm like, yes, Rasheeda, please don't play dumb, because, you try to act like you don't see the kind of person that Bambi is. Like, I don't trust Rasheeda. She played too green for me and all the wrong shit. In her confessional, Erica says that Bambi constantly talks about her in front of her child and talks crazy about Scrappy in front of his daughter, and says that she does feed her child, um, but she does need to drop the act of best stepmom ever. And if you're new here, I did do a video like 3 months ago about Bambi somewhat being like, the evil stepmother for real, because she's the stuff that she did, that will come out later in this review. But I'm pretty sure that y'all already seen already with the whole police report stuff. I did a video about that, and Bambi's apology that she did, and the link will be in the bio for that video. But it gave very, evil stepmomish, because if no matter how old Imani was when she confided in Bambi in a whole, alleged abuse allegations, Bambi should have never put that shit out on the internet, like, ever, never, ever, ever, ever. And she's talking about well, she had enough, so it was just time to bring it up. But no, because I don't know how old Imani was, but you don't do that. She confided in Bambi, and she really took that for granted just to hurt Scrappy and Erica. Like, and that's fucked up, because at the end of the day, you still hurt Imani. So, Bambi is too old to be acting like this with an 18-year-old. And granted, it was I guess, a response to Erica trolling her, but it was really a response to Imani. Like, Bambi not shit. But if you want to check out that video, it's going to be linked in the bio. Then Erica tells Rasheeda that one time, when she was talking to Imani, she was taking Imani over there to Scrappy and Bambi's house. She's just said hey to Bambi to break the ice, and Bambi was like, "You don't say hey, what's up to me? You say hi, Bambi. That's how you address me." That's what Erica said. Bambi said to her, and Rasheeda says, "What? Bambi said that? That's different." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's your little friend talking crazy at her neck. Like, that's your bestie. Like, stop acting like you don't know her." In her confessional, Erica says that at the family reunion a few years back, she did approach Bambi because she wanted them to have a kumbaya moment. But she said that was short lived, because soon after she didn't want to be around her, and Bambi didn't want Scrappy around her either. And then Erica says that, hearing the stories as far as Imani being over at her house, and how Bambi is feeding everybody in the house and not Imani. And Bambi excuse was that Imani didn't come out of her room. Erica just says that it's just turned into a big ass mess. And then Rasheeda says it's so weird to hear that about Bambi, because she always gets this motherly vibe from her, and she's hearing such a different side. And Erica's looking like, well, yeah, duh, bitch. Like, she's not all cracked up to be. And in her confessional, Rasheeda says that Bambi is like this nurturing mom, and she sees Bambi and Imani happy. So she's like, well, what's the real story? And she says that she don't have to. That she says that Bambi and Erica don't have to be besties, but they do have to have a healthy relationship for the kids, because the kids can feel the tension. And my thing is, let's think for a second. Imani wouldn't have a reason to lie about nothing like that, And also, if Bambi never liked Erica, she was never gonna like Imani. And I'm sure Erica knew that from the jump, but just trying to allow Imani to still have a relationship with her dad, even though he's with Debbie Downer. But she was gonna always treat Imani different because she doesn't like her mom. And let's just stop acting like that's not the truth, because it is. If a bitch don't like the mom, she's not gonna like the kids. It don't matter what's going on. If the mom in the new girlfriend, new wife's relationship is a mess, that wife or girlfriend is going to treat the child, especially if it's a girl child, especially if it's a daughter, she's going to treat her crazy, because it's like, well, you just like your mom. So let's stop. Bambi is the adult here, and she knew what she was doing. She's fucked up for it. But then Erica says that if Bambi's so nurturing, why do they have a child in the situation who doesn't care to be around her? And she also says that she made a pact with Scrappy about Imani, that they were gonna do whatever it is for her, especially after she's going off to college, because all of this is going to be shaping her, and she hopes Scrappy sticks with it because he's so hot and cold back and forth. But that's the end of their scene. And then we're on with Jessica White, and she's hanging out with Bambi. And in her confessional, Jessica says that with her surgery coming up, she thought, candle making would be nice. And she knows that Bambi's going through a lot, so she figured that they catch up some. They do catch up on what's going on after the spa day, and Jessica gets into everything about her surgery. And she mentions her doctor, and Bambi asks if that doctor is a black woman, and Jessica says yes. And they talk about how she's in pain management, but she just grins and bears it. And Bambi says, typical black woman stuff, and Jessica says, yeah, exactly. And in her confessional, Bambi says it breaks her heart to hear that, because about Jessica, because as women they already go through so much, and then they kind of hide it because they don't give each other grace to go through the shit they go through, which is true. When Bam's right, she right. So I agree with her on that, and I'm glad that she asked Jessica who her doctor was, if it was a black woman, because again, they're the only ones who listen to other black women, especially as doctors. Most of the time, anyway. Now, I'm not talking about the whole incident with the Atlanta doctor decapitating that baby. That was too fucking much. But I'm just talking about here. Um, but Bambi encourages Jessica that she'll have her baby, and that the doctor's gonna help. But then she invites Jessica to the grand reopening of the bistro, and then Jessica agrees to come. But then she asks, Isn't Rasheeda friends with Scrappy?" And she asks if he'll be there. And Baby says, "You never know," and then mentions how Scrappy and Erica and Imani went on vacation for Imani's birthday, and tells Jessica that they were there together, and that the last time they were together, Scrappy would say that he would never go anywhere with her, talking about Erica Dixon. But Bambi says that he's acting on a lot of emotion right now, and it's making things worse for them. Bambi says that Scrappy is going on a smear campaign, going around people who don't like her so they can talk shit about her and turn everybody against her. And she lists off only 3 women when she was talking about this smear campaign: Mama D, Erica Dixon, and Diamond. And mind you, he has to be around 2 of the 3 women because they're family. His mother, because that's his mother, and then Imani, because that's the mother of his child. But she's trying to really sit here and make it seem like they just sit around and talk about her ass, like they did not go to Puerto Rico to talk about Bambi. She wants Scrappy to be talking about her, um, for sure, but but the reality is something different. She wants him to want her back, but that was all about his daughter. Him and Erica's daughter. It ain't got nothing to do with Bam. So that shows how immature and selfish she is. Like, girl, ain't nobody worried about your ass. But then Jessica is trying and struggling to pump Bambi's head up, about what she's saying, and to basically tell Bambi what she wants to hear. But basically says that they're the kind of girls who, if somebody keeps pushing them, then they'll pop. And Bambi just like, yeah, she hopes they don't push her. And now we're in the scene with Yandy, and in her confessional, she says, she's talking about Spice and how she's nervous about her doctor's appointment and how it's been a rough few days, but she'll definitely be by Spice's side and let her know she got her back. Spice tells Yandy that she's hoping for good news because she's tired of hearing bad news, and then mentions how her mom and kids came to visit her. Her daughter is doing so much better. And in her confessional, Spice says that when she found out um, she had a second hernia, she just wanted to get a second opinion because she's really getting nervous and is grateful to have Yandy there with her. Spice's doctor explains some things, and in her confessional, Spice says that she was thinking that she had to go through all those surgeries back to back and go under anesthesia over and over again. But after hearing this doctor tell her that she will only need one more surgery and then she can fully heal, she's happy to hear that. And my thing is, how much y'all want to bet that those other doctors that she saw the last time who kept cutting her open were right? Like I said, and they always make you fear the worst or want you to go through extra shit. And this black man, this black doctor she has, he's just like, hey, just one more time, sis. And one thing about this season I really, really enjoy is seeing the discussions happening about black health and how black people need to see people who look like them when they're going through stuff, especially black professionals. But then Spice gets down to the nitty gritty and says, look, Doc, everybody is concerned about her having another hernia and not being able to go on stage, and then the doctor says that it isn't really that much of an issue to just wear a waist trainer and to give more support and to not do too much, don't overextend herself. And then Yandy repeats that for Spice, and Spice says that she's going to chill, but you can see the instant relief on her face, like, I know those health scares ain't no fucking joke. Oh Lord. Now we on to Karlie the Karen. In her confessional, Karlie says that she's shooting her music video and the song sounds a hot, funky moving mess, but they look like they're having fun, so I guess we'll let it slide. But Karlie says that she's focusing on her work right now. Even though it's her birthday, because none of the girls are really even talking to her because she did update them on Spice's medical condition while in the DR. And they show a few clips of Karlie getting clowned by everybody. Talking about some, why she crying now? She crying already. And then Meda shows up to give Karlie with birthday gifts and starts to cry. And then in her confessional, Karlie says that she put a lot of effort into Spice's birthday. It says every year she goes hard for everybody's birthday, but they barely think about her. So Meda showing up means a lot to her. And I'm not gonna lie, it does seem genuine enough, Meda and Karlie's relationship, but I'm still very iffy about everything else. While Spice was, ill and in a DR and sick, like this sounds like some scandal shit. Like, why y'all not trying to, give out no information about what Spice is going on? Like it's the president's condition. Like, tell everybody what's going on. Like, we need to know if she's safe. Like this shit is crazy, especially with Spice and Meda being so close, but Meda being cool with Karlie, even though she knows Spice don't really fuck with her like that right now. But then Karlie tells Meda that she's been so depressed about the stuff with Spice, and then says to her that if she ever did anything wrong, to just tell her so she could fix it because Spice is so quick to say, fuck her. And Meda says, okay, to Karlie. And in her confessional, Karlie says that she knows that Meda and Spice made up, so she's gonna chill and maybe Spice will come around at some point. Karlie jokes with Meda that when she and Spice get cool again, she's gonna make her sign a contract to tell her when she's mad and when she can fix it. And then Meda tells Karlie that maybe she and Spice can get somewhere if they can get everybody to stop with the 2 cents. And then Karlie says, like Shekinah. And then Meda says, yeah. And in her confessional, Karlie says Shekinah is a bandwagon bitch and says that she's jealous of her and Spice's relationship. So she feels like um, Spice feeds into things like, oh, don't fuck with Karlie and call Shekinah the enemy. And then Karlie, oh my bad, that's my door. And then Karlie tells me that she feels like Shekinah is jelly of her and Spice's relationship, and Meda's just kind of nodding her head. And then she continues to call Shekinah a bandwagon bitch and says how and says now she's hearing Shekinah is going around telling people that she's the reason why she didn't get to go to the DR, and it's Spice's business to tell her to come. Spice couldn't talk to those girls though. Like let's be for real, Karlie. Like Spice was sick. She was on her deathbed. She could not physically tell anybody, hey, don't tell Shekinah or nobody else to come. Like stop fucking playing with me. Like let's be honest, okay? She didn't tell them that. Um, but then Meda says, yeah, and that Yandy approached her at a recent event, that she was mad because Karlie didn't respond to her, and then asked Karlie if she's spoken to Yandy. And then Karlie says Yandy called her and wanted to talk to her, but she said she wanted to do it in person. And then in her confessional, Karlie says that she knows Yandy is mad at her too because she wasn't responding to her, but says that if Yandy wants to have it out in public, then fine. But they all could have went to the DR to see Spice the same way she did. But if the news was saying that Spice is dead or dying and her kids the same shitty news, don't you think that her friends would have wanted to know what's going on? And all that she had to say was, nah, I can't talk about it or just anything. But she just straight ignored everybody because that's what Meda told her the fuck to do, allegedly. But then Karlie mentions to Meda how she wanted to write Spice a letter, and Meda just tells her to be honest and open. Now that's the end of their scene. And then in her confessional, Rasheeda says that it's the day of the reopening of the bistro and that things aren't 100% done, but they wanted to share what they have going on right now with everyone. And then Sierra says hey to Kendra and says that she knows the last time she saw her, she was all over the place. And then Jock says that he feels like Erica Meda picked a bad time to mention all that to Scrappy. And then Bambi asked if it came off disrespectful what Erica said. And Jock says no, not at first, but then tells Bambi that Erica is gonna have more info and stuff from Bambi's point of view, but no matter what they discuss, it wasn't a right time or place to mention any of that, and that it went too far in public. And he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. In a confessional, Bambi says, to be clear, before Sierra and Erica left her house, she said she told them not to say anything to Scrappy, especially um, in that setting, because he's way too defensive to receive anything from them right now. It says that sometimes friends and family get a little too invested. Girl, shut up because you love that Sierra and Erica Mena be going like little pit bulls for your ass. You straight said in your confessional that they gonna have to pick a side. Their side is okay. We got Bambi, and every time we see Scrappy, we gonna badger him and call him an ain't shit nigga. That's basically what y'all decided to do. But then Erica Dixon and Yandy catch up, and they mention how she went to Puerto Rico for Imani's birthday and said she's glad, and that she and Scrappy are finally on a good page. It says that Scrappy came out to Puerto Rico too, and she was very shocked. And then Yandy's like, "Huh? What do you mean he came all the way?" And then says, oh, so he just wanted to see his daughter for her 18th birthday. Like, yes, Yandy, he didn't fly over there for Erica. Just calm down, because you never know what goes on behind closed doors, okay? But that was probably strictly just for Imani, for real. But Erica says she's seen growth in Scrappy and that they came a long way from bumping heads, but she's been supporting him with this whole divorce situation. And she says she's kind of gloating a little bit because Karma is on her side. She said Karma is her bitch. And then Spice shows up, and in her confessional, she says that she got good news and that she can't wait. That she can wait a while to get her other surgery, so she's gonna enjoy her night. And she asks everybody at the table what's been going on. And because Sierra wants to be the center of fucking attention, she says that she's married and she's about to get a divorce. And then Spice is just, shocked. They're not saying much. And Bambi's over there saying, yep, grand opening and grand closing. Like, bitch, shut up, because you started a divorce train and you want everybody to be mad just like you. Shout out to Melody Cherie, because this is the same energy that she be getting. And I don't give a fuck about none of you millimeters trying to eat me up. You light-skinned bitches, that's what it seemed like right now. When y'all decide y'all want to leave y'all men, y'all put everybody else on this type of energy that y'all need to leave your men and dissect everything that he doing, and oh well, I wouldn't let nobody treat me like that no more. That's why I left. That's why I left. Sierra married that nigga because she was desperate and alone and she wanted to feel like something. Bambi, you divorced Scrap because y'all never should have worked anyway. Melody, you divorced Martell because he's a not shit nigga too, but you stayed with him for a little bit. It was just because that baby ended up coming. So again, let's be for real. Bambi, women like Bambi and Melody, Cherie, they start this stuff and then they kind of want everybody else to be a part of their bitterness and their sadness. And it's just really it's agitating. But back to Bambi. And then I was like, oh, not Kirk over there talking to Dr. Quad from Married to Medicine. I seen her, okay. And then Rasheeda checks in with Erica Dixon and lets her know that Bambi is there. And Erica was like, oh, she heard. And in her confessional, Rasheeda says that she's always been the one to try and get Erica and Bambi on the same page. And says that giving it a try right now might not be a bad idea. Then Erica runs um what I was saying in my notes was that Erica, you need to run because this bitch is not your friend. I'm trying to tell you, I do not trust Rasheeda. Something just is not right. And even Bambi said the same thing after all of the shit that's about to happen. Well, that did happen with the fight. And then Rasheeda tells Erica that she hopes that they can get on the same page, mainly for Imani's sake. And then she asks Erica if she would mind if Bambi came over to talk. And Erica says, sure, fine. Run. That's a mistake. Run. In her confessional, Erica says that it is Rasheeda's event, so if she thinks right now would be a good idea to talk to Bambi, then why not give it a shot? It says that she knows she's mature enough to have this conversation, but let's hope Bambi can do the same. Rasheeda goes to get Bambi, and in her confessional, Bambi says that when she saw Erica, she's like, okay, well, what's the point? It says that Imani is 18 and her kids are 1 through 4. It says that her baby daddy realized, she says that her baby daddy is released back into the world. So what do they have to talk about? Bitch, that's your baby daddy too. Like let's not forget that. And just because, y'all were married and you were his wife, that's still your baby daddy because y'all not together no more. So he's still the daddy of your kids. Baby daddy, period. But then Rasheeda tells them how she's been trying to get them to talk, and Bambi is like, oh, we've talked. Like, here she go being fake. And then Rasheeda says, well, y'all kids are siblings, yada yada, and how as women, she thinks it would be good for them and their families that everybody can commune together for the kids. It's all about the kids, it's just like, why can't these women just not want to be around each other? For their children's sake, sure, fine. But if they don't fuck with each other, they don't have to be around each other. Point blank, period. That's what they got that nigga for. Scrappy can pick up Imani to go see them other kids and vice versa. It don't have to be all that extra shit. But then Erica says, well, her daughter is 18 now and that she would like for her to have a relationship with her siblings. And Bambi says that Imani can and that the door is always open. All her old stuff is there. To visit her siblings isn't an issue. And then Erica is making faces. It says that it is an issue. And Bambi asks why. And Erica says because Imani hasn't even been over there. And Bambi asks if she means like the new house. And Erica says Imani hadn't even been to the old house in quite some time. Erica tells Bambi that if she's gonna talk, they're gonna have a real conversation and keep it all the way real. And Bambi's like, yeah, whatever. Erica begins to say that her child hasn't been over there, and Bambi cuts her off and says no, she can show her the camera footage of Imani being at the house when she's not there. And Erica says exactly when you, Bambi, are not there. And Bambi says right. But Erica tells Bambi that Imani went there while she wasn't there because she mistreats her. And Bambi says, Erica, let's keep it all the way 100. And Erica slides her chair up closer to the table and says, yeah, let's do that. Like, yes, bitch, come on. And then Rasheeda tries to tell Erica to chill, that she didn't want her to do all of that. And I don't think Erica heard her because she and Bambi were arguing over each other. And then Bambi points at Erica and says that that's the reason she had an issue with her because that because that's after her daughter told her that she abused her. And in her confessional, Bambi says, after all those years of being quiet, Erica's trying to accuse her of mistreating her daughter was the last straw, and says, how dare she try to accuse her of mistreating a child when Imani confided in her that Erica would be upset, and says that Imani would basically told them that her mom was abusing her. Erica says, fuck out of here with that BS. We ain't gonna start with lies, and says that her daughter never told her nothing like that. And then Bambi tells Erica that the police came to her house and that she has a police report, and they go back and forth about the police report for a little while. And then in her confessional, Erica says that those accusations came when she had to go get Imani from Scrappy's house, and she says that her lawyer told her to get a police escort, and that when they got there, it turned into them accusing her of abusing Imani, and says that that's what bothered her the most was that Scrappy was trying to use the police report to get full custody of Imani, knowing damn well that she wasn't abusing their child. And then Erica gets at Bambi about fighting for child support from Scrappy, and then calls her a bitch. And Bambi then asks, like, why are you calling her a bitch? Because she's never called Erica one. Erica tells Bambi that that's because she is one. And Rasheeda tells Erica that was too much. Rasheeda, fuck you, because this is exactly what you wanted. You wanted them to go at each other's necks and his and shit. So shut the fuck up. But then Bambi tells Erica that she's mad that her husband, that's her husband. And I'm like, bitch, you wrong, and you wrong, because legally he still is your husband, but you physically and emotionally don't fuck with him, and he don't fuck with you, and you're trying to throw that shit in that girl face. It don't matter, because at the end of the day, Scrappy got a decent relationship with Erica now, and I feel like that's more he can say for him than he can for him and Bambi. And I get it, they're going through a divorce right now. Everything is fresh, so it's not gonna be kumbaya. But at the same time, bitch, just because he's your husband, it don't mean shit. Cause y'all about to get a divorce now. It is what it is. Um, and then the camera zooms in on Kirk witnessing all the BS, and Erica tells Bambi that she knows she's second best because Scrappy followed her to the Dominican Republic, and how he proposed to her first and wanted to be with him, yada yada. And I'm like, I thought we was talking about Amani. When did this turn into y'all fighting over Scrappy again? Like, that's one thing about Erica. I just be like, girl, let the nigga go. But I get it. She probably can't. They so engraved in each other's lives, and they probably still like each other a little bit. If I'm honest, like they got a whole kid together. How could y'all not still have like some little spark? Especially if Scrappy and Erica are saying that their relationship is getting a little bit better. Like, who knows if sparks might fly again. But I'm just like, when did we start talking about that fighting over him? But then Bambi is like, well, let's see if he's with you now. And Erica is calling Bambi second best. And then Bambi asks Erica if when he sees her on the street, does she want to square up? And I'm just like, do y'all hear how Bambi wanted to fight first, right? So I don't want to hear all of that. Oh, well, this dark skinned girl, Erica, just wanted to fight and she's so loud and aggressive and shit. Because as animated as Erica was, Bambi was the one who threatened to throw hands first. So don't act like y'all missed that later on, okay? Because Erica had every right to lay her hands on that camel tooth looking bitch. Period. Then Erica jumps out of her chair and is like, well, square up then. Like, what's really good, bitch? And then Rasheeda tries to hold Erica back, and then security shows up, and Bambi is just running her liposuction lips, saying that Erica ain't gonna do nothing. And then everybody else from the cast inside is hearing the commotion, and they're just trying to come up to see what's going on. And then Erica tries to calm down, and says for Rasheeda, um, to like basically leave her alone because she's trying to chill, but um but Rashida's face is kind of tore up with Erica, like she didn't ignite the shit by bringing these two together. But Bambi gets up and says that she's not about to argue with no baby mama, and tells Erica that she's not a baby mama and she's gonna be the ex-wife with a smile on her face. Like, you happy your marriage is ending? Okay, great. And that takes me back to when Scrappy was like, there really wasn't no love there. I believe it because Scrappy had more love with Erica than he did with Bambi. From what I see, like there was really no chemistry. And whenever I think about Scrappy and Bambi, I always just think about fighting. I don't remember when they had their kids. Like I don't remember none of that shit. But I remember him and Erica for sure, for sure. And it's not for the bad shit. But then Bambi keeps running her mouth, and Jessica White is trying to tell her to stop, like shut the fuck up, and ask her if she's cool, and she says yeah, and says that Erica is just gonna be mad forever. And I'm like, no, Bambi, you the one that's mad, literally. But then Erica tells Rasheeda that it's no disrespect to her, but the stuff with Bambi, now just brought her back to the other shit that she been through. And then Yandy is there to console Erica and says that the worst part is that she was almost investigated, and that they almost took her kids because Bambi lied. And then in her confessional, Erica says that they both knew she wasn't abusive, but it's taking work for her to forgive Scrappy, and that he's apologized for everything. So if he can take accountability, why can't Bambi? And then Erica tells Yandy and Rasheeda, what if she made accusations toward Bambi and got her investigated? And both Yandy and Rasheeda turn their heads. And I'm like, I hope Rasheeda feels bad because she started this shit. She brought it all over again. And then Erica says that Bambi is trifling and that it's all out of spite and all of this. And Yandy is trying to hold Erica's hand, trying to get her to calm down and talk about how they're siblings and that they're going to be how Imani has siblings, with Bambi's kids, and how they're going to be in each other's lives for a while. Rasheeda tells Erica that when things like that just happen, they just don't want their kids to see it. In her confessional, Rasheeda says that maybe it wasn't the right time, and she thought that with both of them being grown women, that they could talk it out. And she can say that her intentions were really good, but it all turned out wrong. Bitch, I call BS. Real shit. But Sierra's telling Bambi to let's go, and Bambi says that she don't know why Rasheeda wanted her to talk to Erica. And in her confessional, Bambi says that she didn't necessarily think that Rasheeda set her up, but she says that they are grown women and can approach each other if they wanted to have a conversation, and that she doesn't need a mediator. So please let's not try that again. Girl, just And as she's about to leave, Bambi asks Rasheeda why did she have her talk to Erica. And Rasheeda says that she didn't think it was going to happen that way. And Bambi calls her on her BS and tells her that she knows damn well that it would. And asks her if she's ever seen anything sus or shady, while she was around Imani. And Rasheeda says that she hasn't. And then Bambi pulls out her phone and says to Rasheeda that this is the paper of Scrappy trying to get full custody of Imani. She said it was a pink paper. In her confessional, Bambi says that they never called the police and that Erica did, and that it backfired because Imani told the police that her mom was abusing her. And that just don't even sound right or make sense. Like that no, the way she explained it sounds so nonchalant, like she just really made that shit up and pulled it out her ass. And then she says that she's flying off to Puerto Rico with the same man who tried to get full custody of her daughter, and says that it was all Scrappy, not her. And now she's pointing the fingers, but y'all was just all on the hate Erica train, the fuck Erica Dixon train. Like, fuck you and Scrappy. Y'all both fake as shit. And then Bambi says that she knows kids can be manipulative, so that's why she tries to stay out of it. But then Erica tries to accuse her of mistreating her child when she was the one who told the police that she was two piece of her ass. And then in her confessional, Rasheeda says that she doesn't know what is what because they both talking shit about each other, but she can only hope that in time they can come to an understanding. And then Bambi tells Rasheeda that the door is always open for Imani to see her siblings, but she would never fuck with Erica Dixon, and tells Rasheeda not to try it again, and Rasheeda says she won't. And then Bambi, I think she tells production that if they have Erica on set again, she's quitting. Bye, bitch, because um we don't need the Mr. Potato Lip head ass teeth, okay? Please. Um But then now we're with Erica Dixon, and she's coming inside to greet everyone after all of that. And in her confessional, she says that she didn't want to come to Rasheeda's event blowing it up like that, but she's calm now. And then Shekinah shows up, and Spice immediately says, "Well, where the fuck were you?" I don't understand Shekinah and Spice's relationship. Like, it's so like hate you but love you. Like, I don't get it. But then Shekinah and Jessica have a moment and they meet, and Shekinah is goofy saying that she knows Jessica and seen her on the internet. And then Spice finds out that Jess dated Nick. And in her confessional, Jess says that her whole 8-year relationship was reduced to nothing. And she says that she was mortified. And then Karlie walks up and greets Yandy. And she fills her in on the Erica Dixon and Bambi drama. But then Yandy tries to get into how she felt away about what happened with Spice to Karlie. And how when she went to first see Spice after the hospital, she told her how she felt a way about her and Meda, telling Karlie that she couldn't tell her what was going on, and said Spice looked at her like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then in her confessional, Yandy says that she's been upset with Karlie for months now because Spice told her she never told Karlie not to tell her what's going on, so she wants to get to the bottom of what really happened. And then Karlie tells Yandy that they never told her to keep it between them. It says that she didn't want to be messy. Then they fan the camera over to Spice and Shekinah seeing Karlie talk to Yandy. And then Yandy sees them and tells them to come over to where they are because they're talking about her. And then Spice is like, why are you talking about me? And Spice says that she didn't want to be, oh no, Karlie says that she didn't want to be messy telling her business about being in a hospital. And then Spice says, no, that's not what she told her. And that she said, that's basically that's not what she told her. And Yandy is like, hold on. Because Spice gets loud and gets angry when she's like, don't lie on me, basically, like, that's not what I said. And then Karlie reiterates that she didn't respond to Yandy, but what she did tell Yandy was that Spice and Meda didn't want to tell anyone about what was going on. And Spice shakes her head no, like she ain't say that. And then Spice says no, Karlie knows damn well she couldn't even walk or talk. And then Yandy says that what was said was that Spice and Meda sat her down, and Spice says, "How could they have sat her down and asked her if Karlie really said that?" And then Karlie tries to clean it up, but says that Meda didn't want anybody to know what's going on, but that it was already in the blogs and stuff. And Yandy is trying to get Karlie to be specific, like was it Meda and Spice and that said that stuff? Like who specifically told Karlie not to say anything? And Karlie says that it was Meda, but then says that it was Meda and then Spice afterwards. And Spice says that she and Meda were what? And because she never says shit to her and tells Karlie to be very clear on what she's saying. And then Karlie tells Spice that Meda definitely said to keep it quiet. I believe that Meda did say, shh, don't say nothing because I don't think Spice will want that. I think that's probably what was said, and now they just flipping all the words or whatever. But then she kind of taps on Spice's shoulder and points at Karlie and says that that's why Meda told her not to come. Karlie gets all extra and pulls out her phone and says to Shekinah that Meda told her to come and that she got the text. And in her confessional, Karlie says Shekinah is a big Cabbage Patch liar. And then they show screenshots of Shekinah and Meda's messages and how and when she asks what airport to fly to and Meda responding. And then Karlie says, let's keep it a buck. It was before the season started and that there weren't any cameras and that's why she didn't show up to the DR. Karlie tells Shekinah that she only shows up for the paparazzi and that she's fucking on married men. And then her confessional, Karlie says that if you're her enemy, she's gonna find out your deepest, darkest secrets and tells her to keep her legs closed to marry men. Okay, Nene Leaks, like, ugh. And then Shekinah says, what married man? And then Karlie tells Spice that Shekinah is a fake ass best friend and says that she'll never come to the shows and that Spice is just looking all shocked, like, what's really going on? Spice's little shocked looks be killing me because it's like, girl, these is your bitches, these your friends, you know what's going on. And then Shekinah tells Karlie that she's fucked the nation trying to slut shame because that's the only thing as women we can get on each other about. Like, we all can't just come together and get some dick. Like, whatever. And then they're both cussing each other out, not making no sense. And then Spice cuts in trying to break it up, and Shekinah calls Karlie's pussy musty, and Shekinah says sachets out of the restaurant. And then Kirk tries to calm Karlie down, saying that they ran all his customers off and that there's nobody left. And then Karlie keeps saying that Shekinah is a fake friend. And in her confessional, Karlie says that she's not even really mad at this moment for real. It's just that she's tired of talking about this shit and that she has to pick and choose who to deal with. And in her confessional, Rasheeda says one fight happened and then another, and this was supposed to be a laid back type of thing, and then they joke themselves off the episode. Rasheeda, girl, stop playing with me because you want all this shit to happen. I don't know, y'all. Bambi is just real fake, and I don't like it. She's an evil stepmother, and she obviously don't seem like a nice wife, nice friend, nice person, likes nothing. So, but if you enjoyed this review, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna see you guys on the next one.